So we're going to start by drawing the outline of a person, which can be kind of challenging. So just do your best. If it's really terrible, just start over. So just our head, neck, arms. I usually don't draw the fingers. They're too tricky for me. I give them kind of boxing gloves. Okay, and then legs. And feet. Okay. I should have mentioned this. Try not to draw a little teeny tiny one. We're going to be labeling several things. It should be, oh, I don't know, at least a third of a page, maybe half a page. And then let's go ahead and draw the dashed line straight down the middle. This is called the midline. We'll label that midline. And then an arrow, up and down arrow. Let's do it on the left side. Anything that is above we call superior. And can you guess the opposite? It is inferior. And then let's go ahead and define these. Superior translates to, literally to, the word above. We'll underline that. Inferior is the opposite, means below. And then to use these in a sentence, you always want to compare two things. So I might say something like, my nose is superior to my chin. It's above my chin. Or my chin is inferior to my nose. Okay, something like that. Let's see. You can also do medial versus lateral. Let's see, lateral. Medial means close or closer to the midline. That's a D. Lateral means to the side. So using letters, I could say A is medial to B. It's closer to the middle than B is. Or B is lateral to A. Another set of terms, proximal versus distal. Proximal means closer to the trunk or the middle of your body, closer to the trunk. The trunk is just kind of the core, the middle. Distal is towards the ends, and we're talking specifically arms and legs on these two terms. Oops, towards the ends of arms and legs. So let's make this clear. These two terms, you only ever use them with, so used only with arms and legs. And we'll do an example in a second. Okay, so for example, let's compare B and C. So B is proximal to C. It's closer to the middle of your body. than C is. C is distal to B. It's further away, further down the arm. Or down here, same thing. You can compare, let's see, two different areas. E is proximal to D. D is distal to E. And you can choose real body regions. So the hip is proximal to the foot, something like that. Okay, that's our first drawing. We're going to do one other drawing. Well, 1.5. Okay, so next, just scoot that over. Let's do something that has more of a horizontal body plane. Humans are more vertical. We're up and down mostly. That's our major body plane. But something like a cat or a fish, because it's easy to draw, or easier. Let's draw a fish. So longer in a horizontal direction. Give him a cool spiky ridge here. Okay, there's our fish. The terms work a little bit differently if you've got multiple sides here. So we've got kind of a front, a back, also what we'd refer to as the back here, and then the belly. So with the fish, the word anterior goes in the front. Anterior translates to go before. Opposite of anterior is posterior. And that means to go behind. And then the belly, well, let's do the back first. Dolphins have this kind of fin. Sharks have this kind of fin. Dorsal fin, or dorsal in general. It means to the back. Okay, the belly, ventral. To the front. Now with people, it's a little bit different to use all of these terms. So we're going to do our last drawing. We're going to try to make it simple. I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit here. Okay. This is going to be just a stick figure guy. So we'll draw him or her basically facing one direction. It's kind of hard to do that with a stick figure, so I'm going to give this person that really big nose. So they are facing that way. Okay. So this is a side picture. Okay, so for people, anterior goes here to go before, posterior to go behind. What about ventral and dorsal though? How about dorsal? That means to the back. On the fish, it's a totally different direction than it would be on people. We actually also put it back here because this is our back. So again, the fish, let me see here. Dorsal and posterior, would be different directions. With people, it's the same. Same thing is true with ventral. So you can refer to the front surface of a person as the anterior surface or the ventral surface. It's the same thing. So to use these in a sentence, let's say my spine is posterior to my sternum. Something like that. My shin is anterior to my calf. All right, that is directional terms.